Okay, in today's lesson we're going to look at calculating the surface area of a circular cone. When they say right circular cone, they just mean that you have a right angle going from the apex or the top of the cone down to the center of the cone. These are the only types of cones that we're going to be dealing with in this course. So you want to calculate the surface area of the cone. So we're going to look at how you would develop the formula first. So the right circular cone is a three-dimensional object that has a circular base and a curved surface. So they're showing you the circular base at the bottom in blue. The height of the cone is the perpendicular distance from the apex to the base. And they're showing you again the apex, which is the top point, and the straight line going down to the base. And the slant height of the cone is the shortest distance on the curved surface between the apex and the point on the circumference of the base. All right, so in the next slide, we're going to look at how you actually derive the formula for surface area of a right cone. You can see in the first diagram, they go from a pyramid, and then they start adding smaller triangles to the sides. So eventually, by the third diagram, it gets closer and closer to the cone, and then by the fourth diagram, we have what is a cone. So the number of triangular faces increases, the lateral area of the right pyramid approaches the lateral area of a right cone. So this is how we can develop the formula. So if we want to take a look at where the formula comes from, the lateral area of a right pyramid is equal to 1/2 the slant height times the perimeter of the base. For a right cone, the perimeter of the base is the circumference of a circle. And that's, again, because the base of the cone is a circle, so the distance around the base is a circle, so you'd get the circumference would be the perimeter or the distance around. So for a right cone with slant height S and a base radius of R, the formula would be the lateral area equals 1/2 times the slant height times the perimeter of the base. So the lateral area equals 1/2 times the slant height times the circumference of the base, and the circumference of a circle, we know that formula is 2 pi r. So that's what we plug in here. And if we put this all together, the lateral surface area is going to be the pi times the radius times the slant height. Now, to get the complete surface area of a right cone, you take the lateral area. That's the formula that we found just a minute ago, pi rs, and then we add the base area. Now, since the base is a circle, the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared, so that's where this part of the formula comes from. So the entire formula for a whole cone is pi rs for the lateral surface area and pi r squared for the surface area of the base. Okay, so now we are going to look at solving a question that involves the surface area of a right cone. Now this one's a little bit different because they give us the height and we need to find the slant height. So first thing I would do is draw a diagram of what this cone looks like so that I make sure I calculate the right values. The right cone has a base radius of 2 feet and a height of 7 feet. Now, if you're going to calculate the surface area of this cone, if you remember the formula for surface area of a cone is pi rs plus pi r squared. Now, the information that they've given us, they've not given us the slant height, so we need to find that, and that's going to be this value right here. So first thing I need to do is use Pythagoras to find that missing side. So since it's the hypotenuse, because it's across from the right angle, it's going to be c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So c squared equals 2 squared plus 7 squared. Okay, so it will be c squared equals 4 plus 49. So c equals 53, or sorry, c squared equals 53. So then when we square root that, we get c equals, and we get 7.28. So that's what the slant height, 7.28 feet, what the slant height will be. So now we have all the information we need to plug into this formula to find the surface area of this cone. So the surface area of this cone is going to be pi times the radius, which is 2, times the slant height, which is 7.28. That's the value we just found. And then we need to add pi times the radius squared. Okay, so if we plug this all into our calculator, pi times 2 times 7.28 plus pi times 2 squared, you should get 58.31. And the units here were feet, so that's going to be feet squared. So this would be the surface area of that cone.